Hey, what's going on everyone? My name is Daniel here and welcome back for another video. So, a lot of these Android phones have been coming out in 2020 and I really want to talk about that Steve Jobs was probably right. That the iPhone is probably 3 years or 5 years ahead of every single Android phone on the market, and maybe he was right, maybe he wasn't. Let's find out. So the first thing which you, after buying any single Android phone or an iPhone or buying any kind of phone in the market is the overall aspect of the phone. So when you see a phone with this type of aspect with really premium glass on the back, and at the same time it feels really premium, and you've got aluminum sides along with a lot of actually stereo speakers, you've got lightning port, but at the same time no USB-C or a headphone jack, so that is a bad thing. Of course, we've got the volume rockers and we've got a something little extra. If you can see right here, let me just focus the camera over here, that there is a small kind of switch over here. So this switch is actually used for the silencing of the phone and ringing. So this is actually called as the ringer on an iPhone. Now of course the screen is really beautiful. It is an OLED panel with a pixel density of probably 330 pixel per inches. Pretty aesthetic design with big chin and forehead, and of course we've got Touch ID over here, so if I try to unlock it with this finger, it just tries to show me a password, and if I do this, it just kind of unlocks. So the thing is, the overall aspect of the phone is pretty good. It's obviously Apple, so the premium build of the phone is never gonna give you the feel that you can get with any single budget phone on the market. So that is the first reason I think why you should try to pick up an iPhone instead of any Android phone on the market. It's time for the second reason why I think why you should buy an iPhone instead of Android phones in 2020 is value. Apple gives you ton of value of your iPhone. Now this iPhone, we've got an iPhone 8. This iPhone was released back in 2017 alongside the iPhone X, and it still has the same chipset which is used in the iPhone X, the long-awaited, infamous, powerful, revolutionary, magical iPhone X that, according to Apple, and that is. So alongside that phone there was the Galaxy S8, Galaxy S8 Plus, and the Galaxy S8 probably Lite, or maybe I don't know what the Samsung really wants to call it, but those phones that were looking really good alongside the iPhone 8 at that time are already left in the dust on Android 9.0, and they're not gonna get Android 10.0 this July. Probably, just probably, the S8 and the S8 Plus probably will get Android 10, but there's a good chance that there is not going to be Android. So, software updates, 5 years, guaranteed from Apple, really good value. Second reason. Alright guys, so now it's time for the third reason why I think you should buy an iPhone in 2020, and of course, that is the camera. The camera on the iPhone 8 is a 12 megapixel camera, a single camera setup, but this single camera setup is going to be better than any single Android phone with 4 cameras, maybe even 3 cameras on any single Android phone, because this camera is probably one of the best cameras that Apple has ever put on their iPhones. This was a really revolutionary design. Even if you take a look at that, we've got the iPhone logo, we've got the Apple logo, and we've got the single camera setup. Pretty iconic design, and of course the front facing camera is going to be a little trash, but it's overall gonna be a really good camera, really good performing camera than any single Android phone. Of course I will show you the photos just in a moment, but the camera application on the iPhone is actually pretty easy to use. We've got photos, we've got video, we've got slow-mo, time-lapse, and of course a ton of more settings. If you go to settings, this phone can do something which no Android phone, even in 2020, no Android budget phone can do. Now let me just find the camera application over here. So if you go to camera right here and you go to record video, this phone can record video at 4K 60 FPS, and that is the type of resolution in comparison that a probably 200,000 rupee or PKR, or maybe $3,000 professional Sony camera can shoot in 4K 60 FPS. And this phone right here, which is probably a budget phone if you kind of want to look at it, but it's still 40K 45K here in Pakistan. But a lot of the companies really try to market this type of price point as a budget price point, but this phone right here is gonna give you that kind of budget price point, and it's gonna give you 4K 60 FPS, really good looking photos, really stable videos. We've got time lapses, slow-mos according to 120 FPS per second. So the camera on this phone is a beast in comparison to any single Android phone, any single budget Android phone in 2020. So the last reason why I think that the iPhone is better than Android phones is that it has iOS, and iOS is a bit more stable. It's a bit more optimized than Android. Of course, this is the main reason, but there is another reason. Apple designs its chipset according to nanometers. So right here I've got the iPhone 8. It has A11 Bionic chipset, which I already told you earlier in the video, which is the same chipset used in the iPhone X. And it is a 7 nanometer chipset. It is hexacore, which means it has 16 cores instead of 8 cores or 2 cores that any single Android phone, budget Android phone in 2020 are releasing with. But they're giving you 6 gigs of RAM, 8 gigs of RAM, and many people are fooled by that and thinking that it's gonna be fast. But gaming, I don't know. If you're a kind of guy who is already in office, or who likes to play games a lot, I don't think that budget Android phones is the way to go. I think you should go with an iPhone, probably an iPhone 7, maybe with 7 Plus, 8. If you have a really tight budget, then go with the 6S, not the 6. I think that the iPhone is going to be a great buy in terms of gaming, in terms of web browsing, Microsoft work, and some other kind of office work. If you are a person who works in an office, or if you are a student who plays games, I think that the iPhone is going to be a really good performer for you guys. So this was the video today. I hope you guys liked it, and you just gotta subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, like the video, share the video to the friends, comment on the video, and just to give a little bit of interaction. And of course, if I kind of miss a lot of points, of course I know that, but if you want to point out some kind of points, be sure to let me know in the comment section. Are you an Android guy, or are you willing to switch to an iPhone? Let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video. So this was the video today. I hope you guys liked it, and you just gotta subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, like the video, share the video to the friends, comment on the video, and just to give a little bit of interaction. And of course, if I kind of miss a lot of points, of course I know that, but if you want to point out some kind of points, be sure to let me know in the comment section. Are you an Android guy, or are you willing to switch to an iPhone? Let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video.